Hey guys, what's up? It's Dean with MFY Yoga, and welcome to the July 31st edition of Ask Dean. So I've got 3 questions this week. We're going to talk about how to lose weight, get six-pack abs. We'll talk about balance, and we'll also talk about how is my instruction different from other yoga instruction. Excuse me. First question comes from Darren Jones, and Darren says, he says, cough. He says, Dean, I'm focused on reducing my weight down to 205 from my current 224. I'm doing the 30-day challenge, and I've altered my diet, and I'm seeing results, but they have slowed down a bit. Can you recommend foods to incorporate into my diet to shed off 20 or so pounds in a 4-week period? I'm really into developing my abs. That's where I want the attention. Thank you. Okay, so Darren, I'm going to first preface my answer by eliminating your shed off 20 pounds in 4 weeks, because that's unusual, and also I can't guarantee that you're going to lose 20 pounds in 4 weeks just by changing your diet. So let's go through a few things that I can just recommend to help you lose weight. Also, there's no such thing as fat targeting, so there's no foods that will reduce the fat in your stomach as opposed to the fat on your legs. Losing weight. You want to drink more water. You want to eat more vegetables like broccoli, peppers, spinach leaves, all those things cooked, not raw. And also reduce your fruit, reduce your chicken, reduce steak. And I would instead go for leaner meats like fish. So I eat a lot of salmon, I have a lot of fish, I have a lot of eggs. So those are some really quick, simple tips. And that, you'll probably see pretty quick results with that. I wouldn't say 5 pounds a week maybe, but maybe 2 or 3 pounds a week. Also keep in mind that you're going to be developing muscle while you're doing these new exercises, getting back into shape, so that your weight might not change, but your body composition will. So you'll have less fat and more muscle. So more fish, more vegetables, less fruit, less chicken, and less red meat. The next question comes from Nicandro Martinez. And I'm going to go with Nicandro. Says, I bought your book. It's a great piece of solid yogi gold. My question is, been working on my balance for a bit. My right side has improved dramatically, and I'm very happy with it. But my left side has been stagnant. Doesn't seem to increase or improve in any way, shape, or form. Can you advise me on what to do to break my plateau on my balance? Thanks for your work and everything that you do. Nicandro. So, you're welcome. Thank you for thanking me, and thank you for the question. Now, to answer your question, I want you to compare what you're doing with your right and your left leg. So, pay attention to what you do with your hips. When you balance on your right leg, I'm going to assume that your left hip doesn't raise up significantly, and that you're not really using your left leg to help you, your right leg. Sorry, you are on your left leg is good. Sorry, no. Your right side is good. Okay, so with your right side, I'm assuming that when you balance on your right leg, you don't use the assistance of your left leg. But when you try to balance on your left leg, you probably hike up your right hip and try to use your right leg to support your left side. And that's why your left leg isn't improving, because your right side is dominant, I'm assuming, and that's making it so that whenever you want to balance on your left leg, your right leg just takes over. So what you need to do is take a careful look at yourself, take your shirt off, wear some tighter fitting shorts, maybe you can do this naked, but like look at yourself, look at your body, and see where your hips are when you're balancing. And I want you to notice if something's different in your right hip and your left hip when you balance on your right leg or your left leg. So you want to even that out. You want to make sure that your hips are even and that you're actually using your left leg when you're balancing on your left leg. The reason why you're having balance issues is because you're weak. So you're using your right leg instead of your left leg. So instead of doing that, I want you to make sure that your right leg is off the ground and you're not using your right leg to balance. You can use your hands to help support you, grab onto a pole, grab onto a table or something, or a chair to help with your left leg, but make sure that you're not using your right leg to do it. And then slowly start to remove the support as you get better and better with your left leg. That's my advice. So you're just using your right leg too much, not your left leg enough. So get your right leg out of the equation, and your left leg will start to get stronger. And then the last question is from Fanny Markstedt. And Fanny says, Dear Dean, I'm wondering if your instructions for the yoga poses in your videos are the same as in traditional yoga, or have you changed the way to focus in the movement to incorporate more strength? For example, in Cobra, when you use your legs and your lower back to get your chest off the ground, or not to support your body with your arm in extended side angle pose. Great videos, really enjoy them, and I get sore muscles. Awesome. So, Fanny, I guess my answer here really depends on what traditional yoga means. Based on what you've said, it sounds like the yoga that you've been doing doesn't emphasize proper technique really that much, because all of those things that you mentioned, the side angle, not resting your elbow or your wrist on your knee, not using your lower body or your abdomen to lift off in Cobra, those are things that you should be doing, and no matter what yoga you're doing, no matter what type of yoga you're doing. And if you're not doing those things in yoga, it's because your instructor has either neglected to mention them, or maybe there wasn't enough time to talk about the technique as you're going through the poses, or maybe the focus is more on stress relief or something else. But you're not getting... My yoga is different, I guess, from what you're used to, and this is traditional yoga the way that you see it as traditional, but my yoga is different from the yoga that you're used to because of that emphasis on technique. As you go from discipline to discipline, technique changes subtly. For example, in Bikram yoga, your shoulders are way up here in a standing side stretch, but for me, I'd have your shoulders down here. So it just depends on the discipline of yoga that you're doing. But yes, my yoga, the short answer, yes, my yoga is focused on alignment. It's focused on making the poses last longer so that you get closer to muscle fatigue, and that leads to muscle growth. So yes, my yoga is different from traditional yoga because the emphasis is on physical fitness, which is why you get sore after the workouts, as opposed to not sore. So, thank you for your question, Fanny. Great questions, guys. If you want your own question answered, please comment here. I'll put them into my Ask Dean questions little document, and then I'll pick out 3 every week and then answer them that Friday. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, download the app. It's only on iOS right now, but I'm working on an Android developer. Secondly, the Yoga Basics for Men Starters package. A lot of people are asking me about how to get started. That's the best way to do it. It has all of my best products in one place. $70 value for $34.97, one-time payment. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can learn other things, get information from the Ask Dean, also learn about how you can improve your physical fitness through yoga, and also learn about the other things that I talk about, like mobility exercises, body weight exercises, whatever else I feel like would be beneficial to you. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next Friday. Take care and have an awesome weekend.